sí. Mira, mira. ¡Ay! Pasó ya. Y tiró la silla.
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. In a video uploaded on June 17, 2025, Nomad Unknown shares a raw and personal update on her nomadic journey. After spending 8 straight months living full-time in her car, she opens up about the emotional exhaustion that has set in, prompting a shift in her lifestyle. She calls this new phase her dirtbag era, one where she plans to stay longer in remote wilderness areas, embracing solitude and simplicity. She selects a quiet, tucked-away campsite, choosing a setup that allows her to cook and relax from the back of her vehicle. While briefly mentioning safety considerations, she focuses more on practicality and comfort. Her tone is candid as she talks through her camp routine and preferences. But what begins as a peaceful retreat quickly shifts when she recounts a chilling close call.
I always like to have the most private side where I'm backed into, because it's where I spend more time, you know, cooking out the tailgate and stuff like that. I know a lot of people say back in for safety so you can pull away. Like, dude, if somebody's blocking me in, does it make more sense to ram them with the front of my car or the back of my car? Back of my car. That wasn't a question. Front end damage, I might not be able to drive anymore. Back end damage, probably can still drive. I'm not messing around, you know. When it comes to that, it'll come to other things. All right, this is a great campsite.
While camped alone in the Bridger Teton National Forest, not far from Grand Teton National Park, she found herself face to face with a grizzly bear. The moment unfolded with startling speed. As she stood behind her car troubleshooting a video upload, she noticed movement.
So the other night, I was ever so casually standing at the back of my car. I wasn't actually cooking. I was just troubleshooting something on my phone because I was trying to upload a video. I had my chair back there, just hanging out like I usually do. And something caught the corner of my eye. And I looked up, and about 10 feet away from me, moving towards me, was a full-grown grizzly bear. By time I rounded the corner to put the car in between me and the bear, it was probably like 6 feet away from me. Utter panic. Imagine you're just like hanging out like this, and then where that fire pit is, a grizzly walks up. Because that's what happened. I don't have my bear spray on me. It's on the other side of my car. Oh my God. Bear! Bear in camp!
Only to realize that a full-grown bear was approaching, just 10 feet away. Acting on pure instinct, she moved quickly to place her vehicle between herself and the animal. The bear closed the distance to about 6 feet before veering off. Though she had bear spray stored nearby, the encounter unfolded too fast for her to retrieve it. As she processed the moment, she became aware that other campers were nearby. Some had also reported strange sounds earlier in the evening. She managed to warn them as the bear circled her car and reappeared at the front, giving her little time to think. Though part of the incident was caught on video, the most intense moment had already passed by the time recording began. She reflects on how primal instincts took over, her body reacting faster than her conscious mind.
I feel like this bear was trying to attack me. No, but I also didn't feel like it was just like totally cool with me. And so I wanted to run, and I did start like moving kind of quickly. And then I had to catch myself to slow down because I was like, you are giving chase right now. Like, stop, slow down, and turn around. So I did. So the video's a little bit all over the place, but at that point I know that the boys had their bear spray in their hand and their car was open, and I just thought I will jump in their car if I need to right now, because I was defenseless. I think it was probably a little bit scared by the movement of all the other people. And I say all the other people, there's probably like 6 or 8 people in that area. And then that's when it crossed behind the rear of my car, basically where I had just been standing. You can see in the video like how big it was in comparison to like my items, my car and everything. And then it just started cutting across the meadow, and I caught somebody else in camp on the other side was walking, and it caught my eye, and I was like, they don't know. And so I just screamed bear in camp. And those are like the only words I could get out of my mouth, because I was just in like 100% fight or flight mode at that time. I wasn't like fully like, I don't know. I just felt like it was just monkey brain. I was just like survival.
This experience reminded her of similar reflexes during past wilderness encounters, like nearly stepping on rattlesnakes while hiking. After the bear eventually wandered off toward a nearby meadow, she spotted another camper in the distance who hadn't noticed the danger. Still shaken, she shouted a warning across the field. Thankfully, fellow campers offered her a safer place to park for the night, helping restore a sense of calm after the intense scare. The most valuable lesson she emphasizes is the importance of keeping bear spray within arm's reach at all times, not stowed away. While solo camping offers freedom and peace, how far is too far when it comes to personal risk, especially in bear territory? Would you continue camping alone after an encounter like this? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. A YouTuber known as Harbor Explorers ventures once again into the wilds of the Australian bush, this time heading deep into Binderee National Park. The purpose of this journey is to locate a mysterious tent, one that has long been rumored to be connected to a tragic incident involving a partially recovered body found in a nearby creek years ago. Joined by a friend, Harbor treks roughly 5 kilometers into the thick forest. Along the way, he recounts the unsettling backstory. Years prior, a man known for his love of wild camping in this very park was discovered dead. Only his torso was ever found. Some believe the tent they're searching for may have belonged to him, left untouched in the wilderness ever since.
Friday the 13th. Good date to be hiking to a supposed dead man's tent. Alright, so back to the story about this abandoned tent out here. Now apparently the body that was found in the creek further down, the fella actually, apparently loved this national park. He used to come out here and wild camp all the time and hike in the area, so sort of strengthens the case that this could be his tent. But like I said, we'll go have a look around and see what we can find. See if we can find anything with a name on it or whatnot. Won't mess it up too much in respect to the fella if it was his, but we'll have a look anyway. Yeah, it's probably going to take about an hour maybe to get to the tent, probably not even. See how we go anyway. Yeah, it's probably going to take about an hour maybe.
As they hike deeper into the forest, they notice fresh, large animal tracks in the soil, a subtle reminder of the untamed environment they're in. Harbor calmly mentions he always carries a knife for safety. After an hour of hiking, they locate the tent, still remarkably intact.
Alright, here we are. It's a bit weird, eh? It's like a kid's bag there. It's a hiking pack. Part of a chair. how long this thing's been here. I mean, the body of the fella was found, I think, 2009. So if it is his, I'm not good at maths, what's that, 15 years or so ago? Surely it can't still be standing.
Scattered nearby are items that raise questions. A child's backpack, a collapsed camp chair, a duffel bag, and a large hiking pack. One detail stands out: a battery stamped with a date that closely aligns with the man's disappearance in the mid-2000s. The eerie setting grows more intense when a distant, unnatural horn-like sound echoes through the trees. Though both men hear it, they can't identify the source. Harbour, who had previously considered filming an overnight solo camp at the tent, admits that this moment has changed his mind. They continue toward the creek where the body was discovered. It's a narrow, steep canyon, dangerous during floods. Harbour speculates that if the man had fallen in during heavy rain, the conditions might have caused his injuries.
Yeah, she gets a bit gnarly down around the corner there. I mean, if old mate slipped in here somewhere during flood time and got washed down there a little bit, I don't think you'd be able to get out. And that would probably do enough damage to turn you into just a torso, but for speculation, we don't know that, so. But yeah, it's a gnarly canyon. Awesome spot.
It's only a theory, but a chilling one. After examining the area, the two men climb back up to the tent and make their way out.
All right, we're back. All right, we're done and dusted. We're out of here. Yeah, she's a creepy old bloody tent. That one out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm guessing by some of the dates and whatnot we saw on the battery and a couple of those things and the cooker, they sort of marry up to around when he went missing or he was found. So I'm guessing that probably was his tent, but still unsure, not completely sure if it was or not. But anyway, we're out of here. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Harbour reflects on what they found, objects whose timelines seem to match the tragedy. While he can't say for certain, the evidence leans toward the theory that this tent once belonged to the deceased camper. Back at the car, Harbour ends the video with his usual casual tone. Though it was Friday the 13th, there were no sinister cults, no paranormal events, only that strange sound and an overwhelming feeling of unease. The date markings, the condition of the gear, and the location all point to the tent possibly being linked to the man who vanished. Could the secluded terrain have claimed his life? Or was there something else out here? Something darker? If this tent truly belonged to him, why was it never found before? And what exactly made that horn sound in the middle of nowhere? Nicholas Paparo is a passionate fisherman and content creator, best known for his outdoor YouTube channel, where he documents solo fishing trips, tests gear, and explores remote waterways. His typical videos capture the calm and thrill of nature, a personal retreat into the solitude of wild rivers. But in this particular episode, that calm is unexpectedly replaced by unease. The day begins as many of his outings do. Nicholas sets off deep into the forest, casting lines along an isolated stretch of river, accompanied by his dog, Lola. The mood is tranquil. He seems focused and content, immersed in the natural rhythm of fishing far from civilization. But partway through the video, that sense of serenity shifts.
Lola, come here. How's it going?
While filming, Nicholas notices two men appear nearby. At first, it seems routine. Hikers or fellow anglers occasionally pass by, sometimes stopping to chat, but these two behave differently. They remain silent, standing at a distance without saying a word. Even when Nicholas acknowledges them, there's no response. Instead, they hover, inching closer, pretending to look around, yet clearly watching him. Their behavior grows more suspicious by the minute. Their movements feel too calculated, too deliberate. It becomes clear they're not there to enjoy the river.
Come here. Come here.
Sensing something off, Nicholas grows increasingly alert. He doesn't know what their intentions are, but every instinct tells him to be cautious. Luckily, he's not alone. His dog Lola stays close, clearly aware of the tension. Her presence likely deters any further escalation, a protective buffer against potential danger. Not wanting to take any chances, Nicholas decides to quietly pack up and move to another location downriver. The men do not follow, and no confrontation occurs, but the encounter leaves a lasting impact.
Woohoo! Alright, those dudes are just standing there staring at me. Sketchy! I don't know if they wanted something or what, but they were peeping me out from down the river, and then they came closer and closer, then they were just tending to look at the trees, and then they kept staring at me. Fuck. Usually people like say something or whatever. They're just standing there staring, like, especially peeking past the trees halfway down the river and then getting closer and closer and then standing next to me and just staring at me. Yikes.
Later, Nicholas reflects on what happened, visibly shaken by the experience. What was meant to be a peaceful outing became an unnerving reminder of how quickly a situation can change, even in nature, where danger often comes in unexpected forms. The men's silent, calculated behavior raised immediate red flags. Were they simply awkward passers-by? Or were they assessing whether Nicholas was vulnerable, possibly considering theft, intimidation, or something worse? The way they approached without speaking, yet clearly watched from a distance, suggests more than casual curiosity. What do you think these men were really doing out there? Was Nicholas simply overthinking the encounter? Or did his instincts save him from something far worse? In a short but chilling encounter uploaded on June 15, 2024, Mike ventures deep into the remote woods of Dudleytown, Connecticut, a place long shrouded in folklore, mystery, and rumors of being cursed. Known for ghost sightings, inexplicable noises, and other unsettling phenomena, Dudleytown has earned a reputation as one of New England's most haunted forests. Despite the ominous history surrounding the area, Mike sets out on a solo hike, initially treating the trip like any ordinary woodland exploration. But as he progresses deeper into the dense forest, that calm begins to unravel.
Watch who's stalking who now. Who's stalking who now? Look at that. Do you see a person? Yeah, who's stalking who now? I got you now, motherfucker. I got you now, motherfucker. Look at this beautiful moss, by the way. Do you hear it? Look.
Strange sounds begin to follow him. Subtle but persistent noises from behind, as if something or someone is trailing him. Each time he pauses and turns around, the forest appears empty. No visible person. No movement. Just silence. Feeling watched, Mike ducks behind a rock to observe his surroundings. While recording from this hidden vantage point, his camera captures something unusual.
Okay, ready? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that. I'm by myself in the light. Look at that. Oh my God.
A vague figure, distant and partially obscured by the trees, standing motionless as if watching. The sight sends a wave of unease through him. As he continues hiking, the tension only grows. More movement is caught on camera. A person, or what appears to be one, weaving through the forest just out of reach. The figure never approaches, but it never leaves either. It keeps its distance. Always there, always watching. What makes the moment especially disturbing is the silence. No words, no confrontation. Just a lingering, shadowy presence. Though deeply unsettled, Mike eventually makes it out of the forest unharmed. There's no direct interaction, no final twist, but the experience leaves its mark. Encounters like these show that the danger in remote places isn't always supernatural. Whether this was a person hiding in the woods or something harder to explain, it's the uncertainty, the not knowing, that creates real fear. Was it a prank, a drifter, or something else entirely? In a recent upload, the paranormal investigation channels Sorry Taguya and Archaeotica ventured deep into a cemetery notorious for intense supernatural activity. What begins as a standard night exploration quickly spirals into one of their most unnerving encounters yet.
Oye, ¿escuchas?
A ver, muéstrame tu tumba. Sé que aquí está, ¿por qué te fuiste?
¡Uy! ¡Dios mío!
¿Te dices cuenta?
¿Te golpearon, amiga?
¿De dónde cayó ese palo?
No sé dónde estaba, te lo juro que no miré.
¿Te enojaste, verdad? ¿No te
Ah,
gusta
caray.
el perrete?
Sí te golpeó duro, amiga, ¿eh?
Por eso te enojaste, aquí estoy, ven. A ver, ven y hazlo otra vez, ven y hazlo.
Mira, ¿qué es eso, amiga?
¿Qué?
Es una silla. Se movió, ¿eh?
Se está sentada ahí.
A ver, pon una parte abajo, mía, en el puro medio pon.
Hay que bajarla de acá arriba porque es tumba. Y grabamos el
Sí, amigo. La vamos a bajar, amigo, porque no queremos problema ahí con la gente del cementerio, amigos.
No, y es que luego dicen que es uno, pues. A ver, aquí estoy, ven. Ven, yo vi que la silla se movió. Yo vi que ahí estabas. Acércate, quiero verte.
The team enters cautiously, flashlights cutting through the darkness. Almost immediately, strange phenomena begin to unfold. Faint laughter echoes across the graves, and a chair positioned near a tomb starts to move on its own, rocking and shifting with no visible cause.
Mira, José se está sumando de acá. Hola.
¡Ay! Acá. ¿Hola? Mira, la silla, mira la silla.
Llegaste aquí, ¿qué quieres? A ver, dime, ¿qué quieres? Acércate.
Ah, caray.
No la deja agarrar. Te estoy diciendo que vengas para acá, acércate. ¿Qué es lo que quieres en realidad? Yo te estoy ordenando que ahí te quedes. Quédate ahí sentada. ¿Qué quieres? A ver, si estás aquí realmente, muéstrate en este momento. Yo quiero verte, no quiero que muevas la silla, quiero verte. No quiero que me retes con una silla, quiero poderte ver. Si estás aquí realmente, muéstrate. A ver, muéstrate, quiero verte, acércate. No quiero que te estés escondiendo, ni que te manifiestes agrediéndome, acércate.
Mira. Y a tus pies.
Exactamente, es que está enojada, pues.
The unease intensifies when one of the investigators is struck by an unseen force, seemingly out of nowhere. Attempts to calmly communicate with whatever entity may be present go unanswered. Yet, the atmosphere continues to shift. The chair's movements become more deliberate, as if some invisible force is using it to interact or issue a warning. One team member speculates that the spirit may be female based on the energy and subtle visual impressions. Regardless of identity, it's clear that the entity does not appreciate being challenged.
Cuidado, cuidado. Amigos, somos 656 personas. Apóyenme a compartir, mi gente hermosa. Apóyenme a compartir y distribuir este contenido, amigos. Vamos, sí se puede. Sí se puede llegar a más compartida, como de que no, mi amigos. Pues toda... Ah, no manches.
Qué asco.
Pues mira toda la brujería que hay, amiga.
¿Qué?
Hay brujería con cráneo y todo, mira.
Qué asco.
Apesta horrible.
Huele horrible. Eso ya se reventó. Eso ya hizo lo que tenía que hacer, José.
Vean toda la brujería, amigos.
Mira, tiene cocos. Es que la tiran para esta parte porque es parte donde uno no se puede meter a sacarla. Mira, y está el ataúd, José.
Sí, ya todo eso, amiga.
Están los ataúdes.
Hay que grabar más profundo, amiga.
¿Me quito?
No. Pensé que se podía, pero no. ¿Escuchaste?
Sí. ¿Quién está ahí? Hola.
As the investigation progresses, the team uncovers scattered remnants of brujeria, or witchcraft. In concealed corners of the cemetery, they find signs of ritualistic activity: small coffins, animal remains, melted candles, coconut shells, and personal belongings, objects often used in occult ceremonies. Many of these items are hidden in places difficult to access, indicating deliberate concealment and long-term use.
Hola. Hey. ¿Quién pasó, pues?
¿Quién está ahí?
Buenas noches.
José, pero te das cuenta que eso como que voló.
Espérate. No sé qué fue. Hola.
Yo vi que como que voló, José.
¿No será algo en la silla?
Hola.
No, a ver, mueve esa silla para el medio, amiga. Algo de tener esa silla. Porque caminó para acá, para la silla, ¿eh? Ahí déjala, amiga.
¿Estás buscando la silla? ¿La estás buscando? Ahí está la silla. ¿Qué quieres con ella? A ver, ve.
Uy.
Habló, José. Habló. Ahí la tienes, ven. Acércate, ahí está la silla.
Mira. No mames. ¿Miraste?
The sense of being watched never fades. Whispers, distant voices, and fleeting shadows seem to come from every direction. At one point, the team captures what appears to be a shadowy figure briefly sitting in the chair. Though it vanishes quickly, it leaves a lingering feeling that something highly active and intelligent is present.
Oh, un niño. Pues que la verdad ya ni sé, amiga, qué era.
Buenas noches.
Oye, se escuchan las
¿Qué haces aquí
voces.
solo en el cementerio? ¿No te da miedo?
Se escuchan las voces.
A ver, aquí estoy. Ven, acércate.
Ay.
Acá, por acá.
Ay, caray.
Fue aquí. A ver, ¿quién está ahí?
Fue aquí.
Oye, José. Como que algo está hablando de acá atrás.
Uy.
A ver, acércate.
Mira.
Se está riendo algo,
¡Ay!
¿Quién
Pasó
está
ya.
ahí? La silla.
Y tiró la silla. Yo lo miré, estaba sentado en una silla, amiga. ¿Hola? Estaba sentado en una silla, amiga, ¿eh? ¿Hola?
O sea, nos estaba viendo para dónde agarrábamos.
Y agarró para acá.
Lo que sea que esté aquí nos
Hay que
estaba
buscarlo.
viendo, José.
Hay que buscarlo. Oye. Siguen los golpes.
¿Hola?
Ah, caray.
A ver, aquí estamos.
No, está muy fuerte esto.
Acércate, ¿dónde estás? Hola. Es que no se mira.
Then, during a particularly tense moment, the chair is violently knocked over by an unseen force. The act seems fueled by anger or territoriality, as if the entity is issuing a final warning. Leave. Moments later, the team hears a voice, clear and close, though no one is in sight. Shadows flicker at the edges of their lights, and the oppressive atmosphere becomes nearly unbearable. Recognizing the risk, the investigators make the decision to withdraw. While no one is physically harmed, the psychological impact of the experience is unmistakable. The combination of physical interaction, ritual evidence, and intense energy suggests that this location is not only haunted, but charged by years of unresolved spiritual disturbance. This investigation stands out for how quickly it escalated, from simple communication attempts to physical aggression and the discovery of witchcraft materials. Could this spirit have been conjured or bound by years of ritual practices? Or is it something that has always been tied to the land itself? Do you think this was a real paranormal encounter? Or was it staged for dramatic effect? Either way, if you were there, how long would you have stayed in that cemetery? In one of his most haunting investigations to date, Franco TV ventures high into the Andes Mountains for a solo nighttime exploration that takes a deeply unsettling turn. Recently uploaded, the video documents his journey into a remote area with a long-standing reputation for supernatural legends, ranging from spiritual guardians of the mountains to terrifying creatures like the Wendigo. Situated at altitudes reaching 9,000 to 10,000 feet, Franco braves freezing temperatures to begin his investigation.
But holy shit, this place is amazing. I'm trying to head back into the town. That was eerie. So it begins. I'm gonna see if I could take out my thermal imaging camera and seeing if I could see anything that's alive out here moving, or any cold or hot signatures.
He starts at a shrine dedicated to the Virgin Mary, a site locals believe offers spiritual protection in these dangerous lands. The stillness is overwhelming. Winds cut through the silence, and the cold quickly begins to wear him down.
Chairs? I don't know what this is supposed to be. Sometimes there's like a hidden door. So I want to get my bearings around this area. There's a lot of tombs, a lot of darkness things, so I'm actually kind of spooked out going through here. There is a main entrance up here, and every now and then I keep hearing sounds coming from that creepy little chapel up there. I don't know why. It might be the wind moving it.
Using a thermal imaging camera, Franco scans the frigid terrain for signs of life. The screen remains empty, no heat signatures, no movement, yet an unshakable sense of being watched begins to set in. His path takes him to a decaying bunker, where he finds the door unlocked and scattered signs of former habitation. Socks.
The wind gust is ridiculous out here, but there is this house that I want to check out. Now this house is particularly weird because they left all their belongings inside, and the crazy part is all the belongings are children's clothes. There's just children everywhere. They're dolls and everything. Oh god, it's so freaking cold. I wonder how many times I'm going to say that in this video. You see? And then you have a whole bunch of clothes, shoes. There's kids' shoes in here too. I looked at my vlog channel and I just found all these clothing that just belongs to random people. These are short pants from another kid.
Chairs, a carpet, and a bench. It's unclear who stayed there or why. But as Franco investigates further, he hears intermittent sounds from a nearby chapel.
Nope, I'm seeing something. It looks like lights. Turn off my IR, you see it? Oh shit, there's a car. Somebody just came in here. Holy shit. I hope they're not part of the people with the lights. I have been out here for hours and I have not seen a single soul out here. The thing is, this place is really hard to find, so I don't know how the heck they even found their way up here. It is so windy right now. Sorry if my voice sounds muffled.
Initially attributing them to the wind, he soon notices unexplained movement through windows and shadows slipping past doorways. Switching between infrared, thermal, and flashlight modes, Franco attempts to capture clearer evidence. At one point, he catches a dark figure passing in front of a chapel window, a brief, eerie confirmation of his earlier suspicions. The tension deepens as he enters an abandoned house nearby. What he finds is even more unsettling. It's filled with children's clothing, toys, and shoes, all seemingly untouched. The house appears frozen in time, its belongings suggesting sudden abandonment. Suddenly, noises return, scraping sounds from outside and unexplained movement. Then, in the distance, lights appear in a previously dark building. A car arrives, an alarming development, as Franco has not seen another person for hours, and the location is extremely difficult to reach. He observes the vehicle's lights slowly navigating the mountain road, raising questions about who else might be out here, and why. As he monitors from afar,
Look at the window. You see? I knew I saw a fucking shadow. I saw the same thing earlier with the GoPro. Oh my god, it's just... Hold on, let me cover the mics. A big breeze just came in. I just saw a black shadow right in front of the window.
he continues to witness strange movements in other buildings. Lights flickering, figures passing behind windows, and shadows slipping through the night. Returning to the house, he spots handprints on the walls, some low to the ground, as if made by children, others appearing desperate or frantic. Then, his camera cuts out unexpectedly. Eventually, he captures one last disturbing sight, a black shadow standing in front of a window, just like the figure he'd seen earlier. Overwhelmed but driven by curiosity, Franco tries to continue, but the combination of unexplainable phenomena and the appearance of unknown people prompts him to end the investigation. This investigation hints at more than just spiritual unrest. It feels as though layers of both supernatural and human mystery are at play. Was the area haunted by its tragic past? Or were the newcomers part of something far more tangible and possibly dangerous? If you found yourself alone in the freezing mountains, with shadows in the windows and strangers arriving unannounced, would you keep going or call it quits? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.